What's up, y'all? It's Kelly Michelle here, just popping in to kind of talk about inflation, what that means for us, and give you a heads up on what stocks are working for me right now. When we think about inflation, we think about how, uh, you know, we're coming from a place where prices are going up. Things are more expensive. Okay, so that's basically what inflation is: the rise in the prices of goods and services over time, right? So the Federal Reserve for like the last 10 years has just been printing money, and the bailouts and the things that we have going on, stimulus, those funds are just being printed. So, okay, let me back up. What causes it? What causes inflation? An increase in the money supply. Okay, that's the first thing. So that's what we got going on. The money supply is being increased, and now we're here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how serious it is with how we're overprinting. Okay, all of the U.S. dollars, in existence, 20% of that was printed just in the last 12 months. That's how serious it is. 20% of all of the money that's being printed in the U.S. was printed in the last 12 months. So that's why we're looking at inflation. We're talking about inflation. But here's the deal. And then when the printing increases, what happens? The value of your money decreases. So that's why we're trying to stress the fact that not to hold cash too much right now, because your money is decreasing in value. We want to invest in some stocks that are going to benefit us during this time. Okay, so the increase in demand for goods and services exceed production capacity. That's another reason inflation happens. Okay, so, but here's the deal. Here at Stocks, we are lovers of technology companies, innovation, and that being the case, a good thing to know is that technology is deflationary. And what that means is that the things that are happening with technology are lessening the impact of whatever type of inflation we're going to have in the short term. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that inflation comes when you have a scarcity of something or an increased demand for something. But here's the deal: with technology in play, we're looking at things becoming better. You think about a VCR. Okay, I'm telling my age. Think about a VCR, VCH. Okay, how that kind of got to little or no money spent to it's not even sold anymore. DVD players, microwave ovens, computers, how they've gone from being very expensive to very, very inexpensive. And the primary reason is because technology comes in there and comes up with more productive ways to make these things happen, and it also reduces the price. So we don't have anything to worry about when we're talking about inflation, because technology is coming along and it's going to lessen the effects of the short-term inflation we are going to experience when these different places are going to reopen and all of that. Once that happens and everything kind of settles down, inflation is going to be deflated, so to speak, with the technology that's going to step in. Everybody's hyped about going back, to reopening and everything. My husband and I tried to go out over the weekend to the Drive Shack. We were going to wear our mask, of course, but It was okay. It was raining, of course, too, but it was so packed there. It's like people are trying to get out. They want to get out. Tired of being cooped up in the house. Regardless, though, uh, and reduce the buying power. Okay, for goods and services. How? With automation, stuff is more automated. Okay, meaning that you don't have to pay an employee or several employees to do one specific task or handle certain tasks and or manage a certain project or task, because the robots will pretty much be able to do that. And so with the technology and artificial intelligence becoming more of a commonplace, we are in a position where we want to take advantage of any type of inflation. So what do I mean by take advantage of it? First of all, if you are not an owner, it doesn't benefit you. So if you're not owning something, it benefits the owners. Why? Because interest rates are going to increase slightly for the time being. So things are going to be more expensive, but that benefits you if the money is coming to you. You see what I'm saying? So if you're a consumer, you'll feel that small pinch, but I don't think it's going to be drastic at all from what I'm researching. So in due time, or in a short period of time, because this technology stuff is happening super fast. It's happening fast. So I think that in time, a short period of time, the technology is going to deflate that feeling of inflation, and things are going to start looking up across the board. Like, think about Amazon. Amazon came in here, and one of the biggest companies, they came in here and they eliminated cashiers. They eliminated retail sales reps. They don't have security guards with all of that merchandise and money that's being handled there. There are no store managers. There are no data center engineers. Okay, and I saw something on Instagram, talking about how the ride share companies don't own cars, and Airbnb doesn't own real estate, the owner or the founder of these things. So we have to keep an open mind and remain optimistic and remain positive and continue to strive toward ownership and freedom. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and we were talking about how, we want more money, but for freedom, we don't need to buy nothing really. We want our freedom. So, I was telling her, when I was in the workforce, when I was working in corporate, I used to feel bad about, or felt like I was coming up with excuses when I needed to take my kids to the doctor, when I had to pick one of my babies up because they weren't feeling well. What? So yeah, it's not what it's cracked up to be. We want our freedom. So that's why we are pushing to make sure we are up to speed on this thing with this investing, and making sure that we're getting all of our loved ones into it too, because we don't want you to miss out. We don't want you to miss out. So which investment assets, beat inflation? The stock market, real estate, and gold. So keep that in mind, because we're going to have a whole training on getting positioned into these specific areas. And I'm leaning on the stock market, and you can tap into all of those in the stock market. I'm not talking about just like gold jewelry, because that, that years down the line, it'll still be a piece of jewelry. I mean, gold, the stock. There are various stocks that are, geared toward gold. So we're going to talk about that. And then real estate too. You don't have to have a big amount to invest in real estate, because what we use, the real estate investment trust, right? So there are several things that we can do to benefit from this time. But we just have to be strategic with how we are going about doing it. Now, if, we say, oh, inflation, I'm scared, I don't know what I'm going to do. Everything's so expensive. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. But if you're to the point where you want to figure out what you need to do to ensure that you are up to speed on benefiting from this time, make sure that you keep those things in mind that we just spoke of. Real estate, stocks, and gold. And the good thing about that is that every last one of those things can be handled in the stock market. So I think we covered everything. Yeah, so we basically covered the outline of the various individual trainings we're going to be doing. So you're here live on Instagram. All you need to do is shoot me an email at stalkstockceo@gmail.com. Let me know. Just say I'm in. Don't message me here. I'm not into my direct messages on this Stocks account as much. But yeah, shoot me an email, and so that you can be in the running this week as we talk about those things that we're going to use to beat inflation. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.